It's the last two games before the winter break. One in the cup, one in the league. It's going okay, but we'll see how we do. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Journeyman Save. I am Coach Leffer. It's a pleasure to have you with me. We are playing FC Os as our first game in the KNVB Beker Cup. I'm pretty sure it's just like the FA Cup for Holland, but that's what we're doing as our first game, and the second game, as I said, will be the last game before the winter break. The last game for the winter break against Helmond Sport, who are our big rivals and always seem to beat us. So we'll be playing them, and then we're going to a winter break, and we'll be back after the winter break to play RKC Valvik, I think is what you'd pronounce that. The league table is looking very interesting. We're in a similar place to where we finished last time. We are in fourth, 3 points behind top, which is now Go Ahead Eagles, and we're starting to get a bit of safety in the playoffs, which is not really true because between Den Bosch in 12th and us in 4th is only 4 points. So it's all pretty close. That's a lie. 6 points is what separates us. 6 points all in total, so it's going okay. If we look at the fixtures though, we were last together there where we beat Young PSV 1-0. We then went and beat Almere City FC 3-1 and then went on our worst run of the season. FC Emmen beat us 4-2, then Go Ahead Eagles beat us 1-0, and we lost to Dordrecht, who are bottom of the league, 2-0, and we were at home. So that was very embarrassing, that performance. We followed it up though after a team meeting with a 1-0 win over Telstar, which is good. Johan ter Horst getting the goal. Young Utrecht, we drew 2-2, which I'm not too upset about. They're having a pretty decent season at that point. We beat FC Os 4-1. Mark Diemers getting 2, Charlesley getting 1, and Anthony van der Herk getting the 4th. Then we drew with FC Den Bosch 0-0, and we beat Katwijk 2-0 at home with Harry Charlesley and Johan ter Horst both getting on the score sheet, which means that today we're playing FC Os again. As I said, we have recently beat them 4-1 at home, so I'll be hoping for a similar result, if not a very similar performance, where we completely outplayed them, and they only got their goal as a bit of a consolation in the 85th minute once we've made loads of subs to rest people. Dynamics-wise, everything's going very well. Lots of people support me. Oh, we've got a team leader. That's new, which is really good. Sevier is now a team leader and supports me. He's the club captain. That's good. Only one person opposes me, Elders, and that's because he's moaning that he's not playing enough, and we're probably just going to get rid of him in the summer because I can't be dealing with people here that are moaning at me. Social groups-wise, a lot of people have moved around, which is quite good because a lot of them recently passed their what are they called? Language courses. A lot of them recently passed their language courses. So people like Harry Charlesley, Sarmiento, Warren all passed the language course at the same time. So although this is a group made up of people who can speak English, they all now can fit into this group as well later on because they all speak the language, which is very, very good. As you see, Johan ter Horst stepping up into the core social group, which is good to see. Very good to see. Squad-wise, again, appearances-wise, Harry Charlesley's made 22 for the season. Diemers on 21, and then there's a bit of a drop-off to everybody else. Goals, we have ter Horst, van der Herk, both on 6 in all competitions. Ivanov up there with 5. And, oh no, Taylor Crosdale must be up there somewhere, but he's picked up a long-term injury. So, yeah, Taylor Crosdale's up there with 7, so he's the top goal scorer at the club at the moment. Assist-wise, he's also top with 4, and Harry Charlesley's up there with 4 as well. So a lot of our new signings have settled in and are doing very, very well. As I said, Taylor Crosdale's picked up a nasty injury, a torn hamstring. He's 7 weeks to 2 months out, which is a really long time for our top goal scorer. And it's annoying because he's doing quite well. He's just dropped off scoring some goals recently, but he is a big loss at the club at the moment. And, you know, we've tried to talk to him and say just focus on getting better, but it didn't really help the situation. He got a little bit annoyed about me coming, offering him support as his manager. But anyway, it has been going very, very well. The board are still delighted or really happy. There you go, doing an unbelievable job, which is good. We're improving our training facilities, which will be finished some point next year, late next year, in October, I think that is. And it's going well. The balance is actually going, well, it's not going up, but it's pretty steady for the season, which is good to see. 1.74 million. I think if we can get form on side and get a good run of form going and beat Go Ahead Eagles the next time we play them, I think we could knock them off top spot and claim that position, which would be really, really good. But for now, we're going to go and play FC Os in the third round of the KNVB Becker Cup. And this is the team we've picked to do it. The mouth is in goal. Matua Sebatui, Van Dierman, Knight and Warren make up the back three. Janssen is the right wing back. Sarmiento is the left wing back. Topalov and Diemers are the middle two. Charsley in front of them. Van der Herk and Ter Horst are the strikers. They line up in a 4-1-2-2-1 formation with lots of different players that I don't really recognise, apart from they've got a goal called X-Moose, which is quite a cool name. X-Moose, I like that. Javier Moose. On the bench, players to really be aware of. Ivanov's on there, Strauman's on there, Sararan's on there, Facunda, Recevia. We've got options on a strong bench if we need them. So assertively, let's go. We are the favourites. Go out there and leave me no reason as to why that is the case. And then we'll talk to them all and assertively say I have faith in you. Get out there and show me why I've got that faith. We have the kickoff to be taken by FC Os, 0-0, obviously, because it's just kicked off. What a useless thing that was to say. But Romario, he's well old, isn't he? Diemers picks up after the tackle, which is good. Charsley to Ter Horst, but nothing comes of that. And we'll be hoping to get a good early goal and get this underway straight away. So we have a throw in. Janssen on the right hand side into Charsley's feet. What will he do? Into Diemers. Diemers to Topalov, who's actually been coming into the team a bit more recently and been playing very, very well. He's got very good stats for a youngster, only 21, and he's picked out Sarmiento to Van der Herk. There he is, Van der Herk, off the bar and in, 1-0 up. A great start for the boys. That is what we like to see. Sarmiento coming into the team due to a suspension to Newport, who's been our consistent left back, but Sarmiento stepping in and showing that he's got the skills if he's needed to. Again, another youngster that we brought in from the Premier League, from Man City. What a cross that is. And Van der Herk with a header off the underside of the bar. A good header. He's been after more first team football, and I'm not going to lie, he has been stepping up now that we're giving it to him. So today's viewer question is, who are your favourite clubs or teams besides the one you support? So obviously I'm a Man United fan, if you hadn't have guessed, and I haven't said it enough times. What I need to know is, who do you like otherwise? So obviously NK Maribor are one of my favourite teams outside of England, and then I've got quite a few others. I like watching Barcelona. Who else is there? Well, Djurgårdens, I don't know how you pronounce it, in Sweden are quite cool. And then different clubs I've been to. So Zagreb. As we're in again, Van der Herk's tackled, and it's a long hoof clearance, and we have three centre-backs there that deal with it very well. Charsley picks it up. So yeah, let me know. Who are your favourite teams other than the one you actually support? Ter Horst with a lovely ball out to the right-hand side to Janssen. Janssen crosses it in, looking for Ter Horst again. Gets his head on it off the bar, and Javier Moose makes a very good save. And look at this. This is domination in this game at the moment. So finally FC Os have had a couple of shots. Really, they're not offering very much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they score pretty soon, to be honest. But we're into half-time, 1-0 up. We're playing pretty well. So calmly, I'm just going to say I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up, because that is the truth. There is nothing wrong with how we're playing at the moment. We are dominating the game. And then we'll just say that one as well, that I have faith. We'll keep it going. Ter Horst is having a bit of a poor game on a 6.5, but he only needs really, I think, 1 or 2 chances, and he'll grab a goal, which is good. So that's very good. And I must say, if you are enjoying the video and the series and everything like that, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know that you're enjoying it. Let me know, what sort of countries would you like me to go to. This is a European journeyman. We're going to hopefully travel all around Europe and sample lots of different football styles and things like that. So yeah, let me know. So we get to the hour mark. Ter Horst is going to come off and be replaced by Ivanov up front. He'll go to his usual target man position. And the only other one I was looking at was maybe Diemers, because he's a little bit tired. 6.7 isn't the best, but we'll leave him on for a little bit. He actually scored a brace, I think. I think he got 2 goals last time we played this lot. So we know he can be a threat against them, and they'll be worried. So PK has a throw-in for FC Os, but he throws it straight to Harry Charsley, which is quite a stupid idea, who finds Ivanov, and Ivanov is going to go on his own because it's a pretty poor run. No, he's held it up well, and he shot anyway, and it was might have been a pass into Van der Herk, but probably should have paid that earlier pass, or Van der Herk should have done a bit more of a sensible run to actually get through on goal and help him out, as Toplav gives it to Diemers, to Charsley, out to Ivanov, who will hold it up and go back inside to Charsley. Van der Herk picks it up. Bit of a ping-pong ball situation. Toplav with a good first-time pass down to Janssen on the right-hand side. Ball across, looking for Ivanov. Didn't bother jumping, but Charsley gets on the little header. Really rubbish defensive error, and Harry Charsley scores a good volley, which should be putting us through into the quarter-finals of the Cup. Can you believe it? That is very good for a little club like the Graafschap. As Toplav picked up the poor clearance, as I said, good first-time ball out to Janssen, who flinged across to the back post. Ivanov didn't really challenge for it, and Dirigit won the header, but headed it back into the danger area, and Charsley was there on hand to ping the volley home. And with a 2-goal lead, I think we're just going to mix this up. So Alexandra Tirali, who is training as a wing-back, is going to come on for a bit more game time in that position. And Toplov is going to be come off and be replaced by Resevier, who is coming back from injury. So that's what we'll do, and use up all 3 subs as we go, hopefully see this through and qualify for the quarterfinals. As it's a header on target, but Mutha Sabatui makes a very good save, and we have absolutely dominated this game, which is very good to see. And this will probably be the end game highlight, as Tirali takes a throw into Charsley's feet up the line, looking for Van der Herk, but Gregek intercepts all the way back to the keeper Moose. And this will more than likely be the end of the game. Deregit with a long ball forward. It's knocked down. Dogan's there to Mazariku to Dogan, who's let his heel. But that's the full-time whistle, and we qualify for the quarter-finals of the Cup in Holland, which is a wonderful thing to achieve. I'm very happy with that result. Well done. Dimitrov Ivanov looked very delighted with that. And there we go. PEC Zwolle join us beating FC Groningen as well. So I think we've got the draw today. We get a nice bit of money for the thing as well. Good. A lot of people playing well. Or, sorry, Harry Charsley playing well. Not a lot of people. And Kettler was there keeping an eye on Mark Diemers, who's apparently he's a huge fan of. Well, he has to pay his minimum fee release clause of 350k if he wants to buy him. Yeah, lots of scout meetings. Quarter-final draw. Here we go. So let's see who we get. There are Ajax, obviously the big teams. Go Ahead Eagles in our division. Telstar is who I want, because I know we can beat them. So Ajax are out, and we get Ajax away. Probably the exact game I didn't want. But you've got to beat the best to win it. So shit. That's really not the draw I wanted. No offers for 4 players. Van Overbeek, no interest, and then everybody else is not interested in at all. But FC Volendam might make an offer. I think if we can get him to make an offer before he's available to talk for oh no, he's got a whole another year left on his contract, so they're going to have to make an offer if they want him. We'll ask him to make some phone calls and see if he can push something through and maybe get Volendam to make an offer. But we'll be back for the game against Helmond Sport, so I'll see you right then. And we are back for the second game of the episode, playing against Helmond Sport. They're in their 4-4-2. We're sticking with our formation. The only difference is Newport is back from his ban and replaces Sarmiento, who's not fit enough for the start. He didn't really recover from the last game in time. So Newport comes into the left-back position. But other than that, everything stays the same after the good result against FC Os in the Cup. So we're going on to the team talk. I'm going to say, show me what you can do to keep this run going. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to talk to all the players passionately and say there's a lot more to come from them. Let's go into that. I'm just going to knock this down from attacking to standard because we're away from home. So that's what I want to do today. And we're going to go and get that underway. Hopefully that actually did, yeah, standard. Okay, it did confirm the changes. I didn't have to press that. I might even go to counter at some point. But I think starting on standard and see how it goes. So I think if we win this, we've got a chance of potentially going top of the league. It will depend on Fortuna. Oh no, Fortuna are even below us now as Edwards comes forward. Good tackle there as Diemers picks it up. Into Van der Herk. Van der Herk comes forward with it. Beats one. Infield to Charsley. Charsley comes forward past the referee. We're in our away kit, in our red and black stripes, which is quite a nice kit. But out to Janssen on the right. Janssen puts a cross in looking for Ter Horst at the back post, and he's headed it over the bar. It said it was unlucky. I think he probably should have done slightly better, as Highwat is looking like he must have taken a knock very early on in the game as Vicento gets a yellow card for Helmond Sport. But a good positive start, and we'll see what else happens. Half an hour in, there's been no more highlights, so I'll just use this time to say a lot of people have been asking about the Man United save. It has now finished on YouTube. I might come back to it in the future and do a little post of updates and how it's going and stuff. But I do plan to stream it on Twitch. So if you, in the description of this video, there's 3 links. There's a link to my Twitter, @CulturedF. There's a link to my Twitch, cultured_left_foot, and there's a link to my Patreon where you can donate to the channel if you so want to. But there is a highlight now as Diemers, that's a poor header away, and then it's deflected off Diemers and goes in. It's 1-0 to Helmond Sport, and that's 2 bits of terrible defending from Mark Diemers. In what's been a very boring game, there hasn't been a shot on target, and we find ourselves 1-0 down. Diemers, poor header, and then deflects it past his own goalkeeper. I mean, look at that. No shots on target, but we're 1-0 down because of an own goal. Horrendous. We're going to go back to attacking in half-time. Ivanov is going to come on again, and we'll go from there as it is half-time. 1-0 down. I'm going to tell them passionately, I expect to see everyone to show a better showing in the second half, and say to them assertively, there's a lot more to come from you. I believe you've got what it takes. We'll end that there. Tactics-wise, it is going to be Van der Herk off and Ivanov on. Ivanov going on as the target man on attack. And I think we're going to bump this back up to attacking and try and get some goals. So start the second half. Let's go. Come on, boys. We need something big in this second half. Okay, Topalov is not getting into this game at all in the middle of the park. So he's going to come off and be replaced by Tim Resevier into that deep line playmaker. I don't know if those two prefer to be the other way around. They don't. So we'll keep them as they are. Other than that, I mean, Ter Horst is having a pretty poor game. We haven't got another striker. We could play Versteeg. He's the youngster. The other thing I'm tempted to do is replace Newport or Van Diemen. I'll leave it for a little bit. We'll just make that one sub and see if that can make a change. And then we might go a bit more direct as well, up towards Ivanov on his head. But we're just really not really getting into this game as much as I was like. But we have a corner. We're at a Sevier to the edge of the box. Charsley to Ter Horst. He shoots over the bar. A good effort. A good attempt. Not enough. I am going to bring on the young striker. Versteeg is going to come on for Ter Horst, and he's going to be a poacher. Let's see if the youngster can claim a goal. He's on the bench because, well, Taylor Crossdale's injured, and another of the strikers is moaning, and he's up for sale. And I don't put people that are on the transfer list on my bench. The only one that is Diemers, who's starting because he's very instrumental to us, as it's blocked on off the line by Newport, hoofed away to Ivanov. And now can we counter-attack? Ivanov, he's held it up very well, and then just lost the ball like a complete arse. But right, let's just go a little bit more. We're going to go mix it up the passing, go for a higher tempo. We'll close them down a lot more. Let's get stuck in. Actually, we're going to go more direct as well. And we're going to play a slightly higher line just to try and force the issue and get camped in their half, as Janssen has a throw to Charsley, back to Janssen, into Diemers, Resevier squares it, Versteeg the youngster, shot blocked again, and we win a corner in the last 9 minutes of the game. Resevier will take the corner, Resevier, sorry, will swing it in. Outswinger, again he's gone to Charsley on the edge, volleyed in, own goal, it's off the line, oh, we've at the post, Tyler Warren. I thought it was in, but the keeper's made an absolutely fantastic save as Warren tries to keep it alive and Wormaltz gets it away. And I think that's going to deny us the draw. And that's a kick in the teeth, because this is a game, as I said, if we won it, we would have probably definitely gone second. And that's a real knock in the nads to be weird about it. And there's 2 minutes of added time. Good tackle from Tyler Warren. Charsley to Resevier. Diemers. Charsley. Up to Ivanov. Stringing some good moves together. Ivanov's now out to the right-hand side to Janssen. Keeps it in play after a pretty crap pass from Ivanov. Charsley. Round the corner. Ivanov. Through it goes. Versteeg's there. The youngster. We score. It's 1-1. It's not a complete disaster. We probably just about deserve that goal. Although our shots have been absolutely terrible. 12 shots and only 2 on target. That being one of them. But Ivanov put a pretty poor pass out to Janssen on the right-hand side. Did well to keep it in play. Infield to Diemers. Into Charsley. Charsley got Ivanov involved again. Round the corner first time. And that's a powerful finish from Versteeg. And maybe he's one we got to keep an eye on as well. And there is a kick-off highlight, but it could well be just the end of the game. De Braal out to Wormaltz. Up to Van Hugerton. Long ball forward, but that was not read by the striker. And Warren back to Mouth to Batui. And Charsley wins the header. Resevier. Diemers over the top to Versteeg. Versteeg hasn't got the pace to get in behind. It's a good tackle from De Braal. And I think that will be the end of the game. As Godey looks to come to this Mouth. Oh my God, he's judged that really well. Charsley to Ivanov. even off back to Charsley. Charsley comes forward with it, looking for Versteeg, but it's a poor pass, and it's back to Van Gassel in goal. And if the 2 minutes overtime allotted, there we go, that is the full-time whistle. I was wondering where it would be. 1-1, pretty disappointing. They scored after only having one shot on target, and that wasn't it. I'm going to say unlucky, because I think we did really dominate that game. We should have got more out of it. Hitting the woodwork, a good save from their goalkeeper. But we're in 4th, 2 points clear of 5th. Only 2 points off the top of the table, so there is a lot to play for. But as we go into the winter break, maybe we're going to keep an eye out for a few players that could be available. I'm liking the time at the Graafschap. We've got a good young base, and I'm not going to jump ship very quickly. I think we'll be here for a little bit longer because I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave that there, and I'll say thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new and you want to see more Football Manager content from me on a daily basis. This Journeyman save will now be the only save on my channel, so I really hope you're enjoying it. Let me know down below what your favourite club is, other than the team you actually support. And I will chat to you all very, very soon, and we'll be back tomorrow with another episode. So for now, I'm out. Cheers.